more sympathy. But
you sitting there like Tom Brady took a pay cut to win some football games.
He did, bro. That was
so
valid.
the guy who almost died to save his nephew should also take a pay cut.
Making $40 million a year, bro.
No, Marvel should have been like, you know what, dog? Because you're a real life superhero.
Marvel don't care.
Here's another bag.
That probably happened before the negotiations.
But the fact that they can give fucking Robert Downey Jr. $17,000 million, whatever the fuck they pay that dickhead. He deserved
that, bro. He's Iron Man.
To come back as another character, fuck off,
he's also
bro.
A C-level hero.
And then they can't give this nigga like $1,000 raises, whatever the fuck, or just pay him what he got in the first season. That's crazy.
Right, so
they did my man
we
dirty.
Had to jump on. No
Shout out
intro.
Jeremy Renner, I love you. They did you dirty, dog.
No intro, just straight into this.
They did my man's dirty,
raw dog.
Yeah,
dry. But I just finished watching Daredevil. Okay. He was showing me all the Disney Plus shows that I need to watch that are actually worth watching.
Yeah, I think so.
And I agree. I think Haley Steinfeld's good. She's a good actress. I've seen TikTok clips of her
in that
montages of Thunderbolts.
Also, Yelena's in that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
she's so good. But it kind of sucks that you already know because it's supposed to be like a surprise when you meet her.
I've seen.
Like he gets an assassin put on him and you don't know who it is until she shows up. And you're like, oh, cool, it's Yelena. But now that you already know, because you've seen all the fucking TikTok clips.
Yeah, you sent me TikTok clips too. You're like, yo, you got to watch this show.
Because it's good, bro. They're so good together. And even when that she's like hired to kill him, they become friends. And then she's like, why are you making me like you? Like I'm not supposed to like you. So it's a good show, bro. And you also meet Echo in that show, which then you have to then watch that show to understand why Kingpin was shot in the mouth. She got
powers?
She does have powers, yes. In the comic books, and then at the end of her show, she like gains her powers. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. It's all coming together, man.
Yeah.
But Kevin Feige, like I told you earlier, he was like, you don't gotta watch the shows no more. We're gonna do
that homework shit.
We're gonna put shows out,
which kind of sucks.
Optional.
I kind of want them to connect. I like the fact that
it's nice that it does, though.
Yeah, that I could watch a show and be like, oh right, Kingpin did this, and that's why this is happening with this character, or vice versa. Like the fact that an Avenger dealt with Kingpin and dealt with that type of world in his show, that's so cool to me because I would have never thought like that would have happened. So it's cool to see that. Kind of sucks that now it's the reverse.
They're optional.
Because now who is Daredevil's army if they can't use any of the Marvel characters? Cops?
Yeah, it's so whack.
That's what I'm saying. It's not as cool.
All right, so I guess we recorded a mini for episodes 4 and 5.
Yep.
So 6, 7, 8, 9 is all like in one episode now.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna touch on it briefly.
We'll go
so we figure out who Muse is.
Yes, we do.
And then we kill Muse the next episode.
Which, by the way, this is what I want to talk about. I did not like what they did to that character, and it sucks what they did.
Because they killed him.
No, he does. He does die in the comic books, but I don't like that. One, they didn't give him his powers that he's supposed to have. Two, they didn't give him. Like in the comic books, he's so scary because you don't know who he is. Like he's just an Inhuman, which if you don't know, an Inhuman is like an X-Men. Like you are born with powers, but only after you go through like a certain procedure. Like it's called Terrigen Mist. Have you ever seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No.
Okay, so in that show, a lot of Inhumans are in that show. So yeah, he was an Inhuman in the comic books that would fuck with your senses. So if you were around him,
you'd smelling water.
Yeah, like so he was like the perfect villain for Daredevil, whose only sense is super sense, and then it was thrown off, and so.
Damn, that would suck. He'd actually be a blind guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
So and it sucks that
they wrote it that way just because it'll be too powerful for Daredevil.
No, because Daredevil beats him in the comics. It's just a lot harder. He dies in the comic books, and then in the comics he makes a deal with someone in the afterlife to come back to life. So maybe they'll bring him back because Muse is a really good character in the comics.
Maybe he needed to die.
I want to see more
for his powers.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they did that because they don't. MCU Marvel hates the Inhumans. Ever since they released that show and it flopped hard, like the worst thing that they've ever released. They don't even touch those. Like they don't even mention Inhumans anymore. They're not even around basically. And now it's just mutants. So maybe that's why they're like, oh, he came back with powers. All of these.
I mean,
yeah, they murked him though immediately.
They clapped him.
Yeah,
and it was Daredevil's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who kills him? And then
but they said it was a task force.
Yeah. And then he, that baby Kingpin. This is what we've been calling the white kid that he takes under his.
Did you know that's Tony Soprano's son?
Is it?
Yes.
He's hideous.
That's like the guy who
Baby
played
Kingpin?
Yeah, the guy who played Tony. I don't know what his name is. Something Dalfini or something. It's his son, like in real life. Oh. So that's why he's like a nepo baby.
Nepotism.
Yeah, he's a nepo baby.
Yeah, be making me mad with this nepotism bullshit. But then y'all get mad at LeBron for getting his kid on the Lakers. So
I'm mad at all nepo babies. I think it's kind of. I mean, not really, because if I was in that situation, would I use my parents' leverage? Yeah, I would.
Would I want to bring my babies up? Of course.
That's what I'm saying.
Like DJ Khaled, he puts his kid. He
makes him a producer, so he always makes.
But he
royalties.
makes him go push like one button. Like, hey, push this. It's a drum, and he's like, all right, producer.
Wow. And royalties
Millions.
forever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's smart. It's smart. I get it.
I mean, if I had that talent, I would do that shit too.
Right?
Well, I'm going to put my unborn child as a producer of this show.
So,
they clap Muse.
They clap Muse.
And then they clap Adam, which was a surprise to me.
I felt really bad for Adam.
Yeah, that was one of the most tragic parts of this episode, of this season.
Really sad. Yeah,
because,
I felt bad for him. Genuinely, like that sucks.
Like, imagine like you meet a girl.
Yep, you have a summer romance with her, not knowing nothing.
Oh my god, that makes it even worse. Cause he caught feelings.
Yeah, he did. He loved her. Yeah, he loved her.
Didn't even know she was married.
Nope. Not
and on top of that, you didn't know she was married to fucking Kingpin. So you not only did you have a summer of romance, now you have a fall of torture, where you're
the moment that man came out of prison, he found out and caged.
It was like a year later, right? Yeah. So maybe he might have been in there for a little bit under a year.
I don't know, but he was in there for a bit.
It could either be like
from episode 1, he was in that cage because they zoom in on Kingpin's knuckles, and it's like, oh, he'd been beating on Adam every night, just cause.
That's crazy. So, an undisclosed amount of time, a minimum, maybe like 2 or 3 months, maximum, maybe up to a year,
and he wouldn't feed him. Or feed him minimally, yeah, because he would eat in front of him every night.
He would give him the asparagus and 2 eggs, and he would eat a fucking king size meal,
like pasta meal with steak and shit. Yeah,
that's insane. So RIP to that guy.
But how did he die? He brought Vanessa down to his little dungeon area where he was,
and he made her make a choice. Yep. There was a key and there was a gun, and I was hoping that she would choose the key and the key not work, and he would just black on her. I was hoping that's
that he was gonna kill both of them. Maybe that was his idea. Like, if you don't pick the right one, I'm murking both of y'all.
Because I don't think he, in my head canon, I don't think Kingpin would have put a key that actually works. And I think
you would have never actually let Adam freeze. What you're saying?
She knows that about him. So
they do know each other very well.
And she shoots him a few times, but then she goes 2 shots in the chest. She
double taps his ass.
And then 1 shot in the head. So it's like the heart is like, I'm gonna break your heart. Bah, bullet in the heart. You're already dead already. But another one, and
then another one after he's definitely already dead, and she just shoots him in the head,
just to prove her love to Fisk.
Yeah,
but even then, she looked scared while doing it though. She looked
no. It was conviction.
It was conviction.
Conviction.
I think she looked a little nervous.
That's Lady Kingpin at this point. That bitch do not care, bro.
That's crazy. She
really
did that.
Yeah.
She did
so
her.
Not shout out.
No,
I feel bad for Adam.
Justice for Adam.
Justice for Adam.
That was insane.
Get the courts involved. Matt, put him back in jail, please, because damn, this poor man got murked for no reason other than he was in love with someone he didn't know.
He didn't know, and he didn't know.
He was even begging them. He's like, Vanessa, tell him I didn't know, please, and she just bang bang bang.
Lord,
bugging, bro.
That's truly the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen on a Marvel screen.
It was sad
because like he literally had no control of anything.
Literally, he was like, "Dog, I didn't know, and now I'm caged. You're not feeding me. You're beating on me. Like, just let me go." He even says that, like, if you guys let me go, I'll forget about it. Like, if nothing happened, I won't press charges. Just please let me go. Nah, didn't give that man a chance, bro.
Nah, that's not good. That's not good enough for me.
I thought when we first saw him, I thought for sure Daredevil would save him. He didn't.
Adam? Oh, yeah. Man. I thought Daredevil would say fucking... What's his name at the end?
Who?
The guy in the cage who broke the hand.
Oh, Frank?
Yeah.
I'm thinking season 2 he will. Oh, but he did.
But he was right there.
I guess...
Oh, yeah.
He's out. Yeah, he got the key. Yeah, he's
but
out.
He was literally right there. I'm surprised you didn't hear Frank getting punched in the face. But you hear everything else. You hear the heartbeats, though. You don't...
Who?
Remember Daredevil was like, oh, I heard you and Frank's heartbeats in Frank's place.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you'll hear his heartbeat when he's talking to your bitch, but you won't hear him getting his face pummeled in.
But they weren't even near each other.
Yes, they were. They were both in the same location. He was just really outside of it. He was like, they were going to go to the little port thing.
No, yeah, he's in Red Hook, and they did. So Karen and
they're both in Red Hook.
No. Karen and Matt went to Hell's Kitchen to find the files.
Yes, and then from there they went. He said we should take a visit to the port. And Frank went to the port first to kill all the cops.
Yeah, because right after they left his
So they're
hideout.
technically in the same place.
I don't know if that's right.
That is right, because that's where Frank had the radio, and on the radio the cops were like, "Oh, just fall back to Red Hook. Rendezvous 1 at Red Hook."
But I don't think Daredevil was at Red Hook, is what I'm saying.
Bro, he went with Karen because the port is Red Hook. Remember, the port is a free port, and it's technically not on U.S.
He found all those documents.
So he went to Red Hook after that, and then he went to Josie's to form his little fucking shitty.
No, where the fuck was he in the roof? He wasn't in Red Hook.
Yes, he was. He was right outside of it.
Really? All right.
With Karen, he was like, "Stay here. I'm gonna go down there." She's like, "Bro, there's literally a million cops down there.
Yeah.
What are you gonna like? You're gonna die, or you're gonna kill a lot of people."
Yeah.
And then they go to Josie's for some fucking reason.
I don't know. Plot hole then, because I didn't think he was even at Red Hook. I thought they were like near Josie's or in Hell's Kitchen, like where his old law firm was.
No, he says, "Let's go take a look at it." As soon as he finds whatever Foggy was trying to file, he goes like, "All right, let's go look at it."
Then plot hole, because I don't remember that.
I think that's exactly what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
I just watched it.
I know. Nigga, I'm saying that's a plot hole then. If that's actually what happened, then that they didn't write it correctly.
He didn't hear Frank getting his face caved in.
Yeah, it's a plot hole.
He didn't hear the commissioner's brain getting exploded by Fisk in his hand. That was crazy.
Yeah, we're going crazy. So after the Adams, then where are we at now? Adam is dead.
I don't know. I'm just trying to summarize the last 5 episodes.
Adam died.
4 episodes.
Then Poindexter, right?
Oh yeah, Matt.
Poindexter asked to see Matt.
He's like, "Baby girl."
He's like, "Get me out, and I'll snitch."
They about to kill me. They about to kill me.
Said, "Listen, yo, I'm in Gen Pop. I know Fisk is trying to kill me. You get me out as a lawyer, I'll snitch.
Yeah,
I'll tell him that I got hired to kill Foggy." And he was like, "So you did get hired to kill Foggy, huh?"
Yeah.
It's like maybe.
Slam.
He did, yeah. He started to beat on him.
Slammed his face hard enough to break his teeth.
Yep.
Which is crucial information.
Yes.
And then he tells the guard, "Bro, he's just slamming his face on the table."
The moment he walked in, because who gonna believe you that a black man was doing that to you?
But
nobody.
He's like, "What? You heard him slam his face?"
Yeah. That's a loud ass slam. I would have been like, "Yeah, he did. I heard it."
And so basically, he uses that one tooth.
Yep.
To fucking.
The next time he's like in like. What is it, like a hospital thing? Like
he's in the nurse's office pretty much. Yeah. In the prison, shoots out his loose tooth
into somebody's eye,
hits the guard's eyeball, then frees himself, kills the cop, and then kills the doctor, which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's kind of foul.
Like that's a doctor.
He wasn't doing that, but trying to help you. He literally like just stitched him up too and everything. That's kind of foul, dog. But I get it.
Killed him and then dipped out.
Yep, and then he dips, and now he's going to the Fisk's like
gala
bar or whatever the fuck it was.
And then he pulls out a bolt action sniper rifle,
which
from Fortnite.
We didn't talk about, but like his task force. They caught like a journalist like recording some shit.
Yeah, he took a photo of Fisk and some other guy.
Yeah, and then they put his hand in a motherfucking fryer. Yeah, they deep fried it. I saw that and I was like, wow, that was actually extremely violent.
So crazy for Disney to put that out there.
Yeah, I was like, that's insanely violent. And then the commissioner was like, you're gonna go to jail for that. That's assault. And he's like, you don't fucking control nothing no more.
You a bitch. You're not my boss. I'm a boss by title, but I don't report to you.
That happened during the gala. Matt shows up late because he was meeting Poindexter.
Well, you mean freeing Poindexter?
Yeah,
he pretty much did that to free him.
And then his girlfriend is the therapist is already at the gala because.
Let's talk about fucking Vanessa. Vanessa's like, you're alone? She was like, nah, I'm supposed to be with somebody. She's like, well, let's find someone for you to be with. I'm like, of course that bitch is condoning cheating right now.
I wonder why.
She's like, your man's not here? Let's replace him. I replaced Fisk. You know, I did that. So we could do that for you too. See, it's like it's still like, and it's her defending them too to Matt. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you talking about? Why are you so weird?" I'm like, this bitch literally just looked at you in your face and told you to like, let's find a replacement for you.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh damn, Matt is kind of right. Yeah, and I'm like, you guys are kind of weird,
and nothing is clicking in your brain.
I'm like, yeah, that's weird. Why would you say that?
And even as a professional, you must have been like,
what's
bitch,
up?
this is why you in therapy. This mentality right here.
True. But she said, no, we're good now.
He could be in traffic.
She said, we buried our
You know he doesn't drive, right?
It's crazy, bro.
He's got to take an Uber here.
He does, yeah. He was late to the party, and she was upset about it. And then he shows up, and then when she's trying to talk to him, he not even paying attention.
No, or he's literally
Then I was like, Matt, come on, dog. Like, at least pretend to be
She's like, blah, 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 and he's like, Fisk.
Yeah, he's literally just listening to Fisk's conversation the whole time. And then she's like, are you even listening? He's like, of course I am.
So what did I say? He was like,
back to Fisk. Caught him, redheaded. What did I say?
Bro went right back to listening to Fisk. And I don't
bad, bro.
Do you think he does that on purpose, like triggers like the long distance listening, or you think it just happens?
No, he's dialing in on what he wants to like. He does. He can hear a bunch of shit, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of like dialing and like, let me turn the volume up on this one conversation I'm here having, you know? Oh. So that's what he was doing. And because he was doing that, he was drowning out all the other sounds, which was his girl standing right in front of him talking to him. Yeah. And they make eye contact from across the room, and he started walking up to them like
aura off. They're having an aura off again. Matt and Fisk,
and then like some what happens? Like some dance shit starts happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, Vanessa does that on purpose.
Oh, I think
she does it on purpose. I think she notices.
She caught that they were like walking up to each other,
glancing each other, and then I think because Matt's girl notices too, and she's following. She's
like, "What are you doing?"
And then I think if Matt's girl could notice, I for sure know Vanessa noticed and then triggered the first dance.
Okay.
Which is smart on her.
Yeah.
And the fucking crazy part was Fisk is literally dancing with her and he's talking to Daredevil. Yeah. He's like, what up, Devil?
He knows that he's listening. He's like, what's up, Devil? He's like, ha, 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 like dancing around and shit.
He's like, yeah.
Talking shit to him. Like, he's like,
she don't know who you are, right?
Like, maybe I should tell her.
I could tell her right now.
We don't like to keep secrets, do we, bro?
That was insane. I'm like, all right, that's next level trolling from Fisk, for sure. But...
And what did Matt finds out in this gala, right? That he's like, oh, what is Vanessa? She says some shit to like tick off whatever like assumptions that he had. He's like, I'm pretty sure Wilson is the one that like hired Foggy, but then she says some shit. He's like, it was Vanessa, and then he's like, oh, I gotta like,
no, yeah, you're exactly right. He's figuring out. I'm like, Fisk was gone,
yeah,
so I had to be his bitch.
Yeah.
It had to be her.
And then they all start like after their first dance ends, everyone starts going to the dance floor. He's like, "Yo, hold my cane," to like the server.
No, he interrupts the first dance. He puts the cane down, and then he jumps into the dance floor with them.
But I thought it was because everybody else was jumping into the dance floor.
That first dance was 5 seconds long. If that was the case, that shit was not that long.
No, because while they're dancing, you're seeing Poindexter like pull up to the gala, and he kills that one cop, takes his uniform. He kills that one cop with the stabby thingy, like the fork.
Oh yeah.
And then he takes his uniform, goes up the elevator, and there's a cop up there with a sniper rifle, kills him, and then starts setting up. So it's that whole time that all of that's happening is they're doing their first dance. Yeah, and plus he's having a conversation with. Oh no, he doesn't. That's after. You're right. Whatever. And then he barges in, starts dancing with Vanessa, and he's like, "I know it was you. I know
you did it, bitch.
I know it was you.
You killed my boy."
And she's like, "Oh, really? Does your girl know that you Daredevil though?"
She's like, "Does your girl know? Does your husband know you hired him?" He just hits the reverse.
Because at this point we don't know that because she's been keeping a lot of secrets from Kingpin, so we don't know that he knows.
You know, I'm gonna tell him you fucked him too. You think he will like that?
It don't matter. He dead.
No. I'm saying Bullseye.
Oh,
he's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell him you fucked Bullseye too, huh?
I would have.
Who's he gonna believe? You or me?
Probably his wife.
You're already a whore. Toxic man. He's like, you're already a slut. You're used.
So they do that little dancey dance back and forth.
And then he takes his bitch, which was power move. He's like, he's like, oh, sorry. Actually, let me dance with this bitch.
He starts dancing with Vanessa.
And then he doesn't even dance with Matt's girl. He's just like standing like side to side. Where
he's like, your boyfriend's a maniac.
He's like, that was weird, right?
She's like, yeah. She's like, he's never done this. I don't get it. I don't know why he's acting. Usually he's, it's a danger. I feel like he's in trouble.
Nah.
And then while they dance and they hear like,
I feel like, they started writing her character bad.
At the end, because in the comic book she gets murked. By the way, that's why
word?
She was supposed to die, and I thought they were gonna kill her during the Muse episode.
Oh, the Muse episode.
I thought they were gonna kill her like in the comic book. She gets killed by some random dude, like not some random dude.
Character.
Yeah, she's like one of Matt's
girls that
random that he like randomly dates and then dies. Yeah, because Matt's a slut in the comic book. So that's why I was like, they're gonna use her in the Muse episode, and I was like, oh, they're gonna kill her like they did in the comic books, right? But no, they kept her alive. So
and she's still alive to this day.
She is still alive, yes.
Until season 2.
So they're dancing, and then Poindexter's he readies up.
He's gonna take a shot.
He got a scope on Vanessa, and he's like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go for the big man.
He's like, you hired me, but you know what? If I kill you, Kingpin's gonna kill me. So let me kill Kingpin, and then we're square.
Yeah, pretty much. He should have went for the head, bro.
That would have killed.
I don't know why I don't know why he went for the chest. He should have went for the head.
He tried to be dramatic.
Definitely.
It's better to take a picture of a mayor who got shot in his heart than it is to JFK history.
True. And plus, it would all tie back to point like, it would be like, oh, the maniac who killed this man is still out, and then went for the mayor. Why is that? And they would start investigating. So I know why. But Yeah, he shoots, and Matt jumps in the way.
Takes a bullet for him. Bow! No healing factor. Just a blind
straight in the
guy.
shoulder, bro.
Boom. Just takes a big old bullet hole. Then we wake up in the hospital.
We do.
Well, first we get a really sad scene of his girlfriend like laying on him, like no.
Yeah. We also get the backstory that Vanessa absolutely hired Poindexter. Yeah. It's not even like a.
It's not even like a. Oh, he.
Yeah, no. Maybe. They give you a flashback when he's like up there aiming, like nah.
Bro gets his 100%. Pills, his daily dose of pills, and she just takes them off the table. Yeah, but
she's like, no, we don't need those no more.
I
need you at tip top shape.
Let's get your life back.
When you go to kill Foggy, I need you up and about. All right.
And then, Matt wakes up in the hospital.
Yes.
He's like this. He's like, Karen, and she's like. Whoa.
It's his girlfriend. Like, Matt, are you okay?
Like,
how you feeling?
Not even my name.
And he yells out.
What's the girl's name?
I don't know. Marissa?
Well, let's say it's Heather, right? Let's say it's Heather. She's
it is Heather.
Is it?
I think it's Heather.
I don't think it is Heather.
No, I think it is Heather. Yeah. It might be Heather.
Let's just say it's Heather, but man, he's like, Karen. He's like, did you mean Heather? She literally gets so hurt.
Yeah, she gets butthurt. And then his friend is like, Kristen is like.
Because Kristen is her friend,
Kristen, too. Yeah. She's like, he's on drugs. Like,
it's just the drugs. It's the drugs. Come on. He's blind.
He's blind and he's on drugs. Kills his slack.
He probably thinks he's dead. He probably thinks he's hanging with Foggy and Karen.
And he admits to it. He tells her everything. He's like, listen, like, I know I'm in hospital bed, but you need to, like, as a therapist, the one who's close to them, go to the newspapers, tell them that, like, Vanessa Fisk hired Poindexter to kill Foggy. Like, I know for a fact. And then the lawyer lady's like, how do you know? Like, where's the proof? If we do go after her, we need something. And he's like, well, I know for sure because of a certain bottle of whiskey or whatever the fuck it was that he drinks. And he drinks.
And then she starts recalling the memories. So she's like, yeah, we were drinking that.
He's like, he only pulls that out if he knows he's gonna win the case. He knew he was gonna win. Mm-hmm. There's no reason why he would have dropped that case. And so
then he got clapped for it.
He did get clapped.
Damn, is he really dead?
Fuck. I mean, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen season 2, bro. They haven't said anything about it, but
it could be that
so
one
far he is dead.
That one storyline where he fakes his death.
There is a storyline where Foggy fakes it. Yeah, he does fake his death. Yeah, he does. But also,
I just can't.
Why wouldn't they reveal it?
I mean, it would be cool if the after credit scene was.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But they didn't. So maybe they. I mean, you're technically right. If they decided to bring him back up season 2, they could have just been like, "Huh, he was hiding.
I'm here."
But I mean, why would he hide from his friends for a whole year?
He has to be deep undercover, bro.
From who?
From everybody. You cannot.
I would have just if I was Foggy, I would have just chilled with Frank. Frank is dangerous, but that man can protect you like crazy.
He starts getting abs and shit because Frank is.
I would.
Frank is trading. He's feeding him just like meal replacement,
coffee and meal replacement. That's all.
The fucking little where you put water and you make a whole meal out of it. Oh man! But after that, fucking
Fisk
Kingpin.
Is going nuts.
Yeah, he's not Fisk. He's Kingpin again, and he just starts doing everything in his power to fucking take control over the city.
100%.
First, bro's like he sends
close the bridges.
Buck. He's
Buck. No, that's after the power goes out.
Oh,
or
no,
during
that's before. But he's like, hey, make sure our vigilante becomes a hero and succumbs to his injuries. And then Buck probably already knows Fisk plans to turn the power, so he's just chilling there waiting, right? But after he sends Buck off, he appoints Baby Fisk to be director of communications or something like that.
Yeah.
Deputy mayor of communications.
Deputy mayor of communications.
And the girl's like, whoa, what the?
Like the lady who already had the title.
Yeah. that was
her job.
Oh, I thought she was just like a consultant or something.
That was her job, and she was like, why the fuck would you give it to him when he's not qualified? He's literally not qualified.
And then Fisk gets the guy from Con Ed, and he's like, yo, we're going to shut down the power, and people are going to like it. And so they shut down the power grid of the whole city, and New Jersey.
And they shut off.
Shout out to Jersey. Their lights were still on.
They were, yeah.
That's a good attention to detail thing that you could probably forget. But, good that people are paying attention. And then we get a montage of some sort of, like,
what's happening in New York when the power goes out, basically.
And Fisk blackmailing all the people that are against them. He's
all the Senate
I know
people.
You got this shit. I know you got that shit.
He sends baby Kingpin for it, too.
Which is crazy, because I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of my face, man. Yo, you lucky Buck is right there. The guy behind you looks more intimidating than you.
He sends baby Kingpin. He's like, go do my shit, bro.
And he does
it well.
And he gets drunk with power.
Immediately.
He got a little bit of power, and he's like,
yeah.
I'm about to abuse this shit.
For sure.
You are about to get fucked, and it's by me with Fisk dick.
We skipped the part that his best friend, BB Urich, is actually undercover to expose Fisk. She tells the commissioner basically, like, yeah, I am writing for him with my name, but I also write under another pseudonym to expose his lies and shit.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Which,
she double
by the way, she gave him her business card with that email on it, and he killed Gallo.
He did.
So he might find that shit.
On his body?
He might.
I don't think Fisk got any reason to
look through his shit?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right.
It's one of those things, but Fisk is an overthinker, so he might just check in case.
Because he made it seem like he retired during his announcement.
He resigned. He said
so. He does need some type of
But he uses the power out that he caused
to
put in martial law the next day in New York.
Yep.
And then that's where kind of Matt is there trying to get his own army, and it's just a bunch of fucking cops and some people.
That's how it ends.
We don't even know.
But we skipped a lot because Matt goes home.
I mean, I'm trying to finish this shit.
Let's do it. All right. So Matt, after the power goes out, Buck pulls up to the hospital, right? Like you said, he's there to kill Matt.
Tries to kill Matt.
Power goes out.
Doesn't
Matt
get it.
dips. Matt goes back home because you said why? It's because his suits are upstairs. Remember, he has a little layer on top of the roof.
No, but he didn't go there to change it. So he went there and started laying down.
Well, he went there to get his suits, but yeah, he was chilling for a bit. And then Frank is in his kitchen trying to make coffee, but he don't got
He's like, yo, there ain't shit in here, dog.
And he's like, why the fuck is you here, Frank? He's like, somebody called me.
And he's like, who? He's like, I'm not telling you, bitch. And I was like, oh, Karen called him. Karen's back.
And he also said some dope shit. Frank is like, listen, I know there's a van of cops outside. And if they come up here, I'm killing them. Like, I'm not playing with them. I'm not gonna knock them out because you want to be nice to him. He's like, no, Frank. Like, I'd rather.
He calls them fanboys.
He's like, I'd rather not have help. He's like, well, it sucks because I'm helping you, and that's what I'm doing.
I'm here. I was called. I answered the phone.
Yep, and that's that. I like that scene, the little shootout scene that they all had. So yeah, that was really cool.
And then boom, they jump out of a building.
Wait, we find out who killed Hector Ayala.
I don't believe it was him. I think it's the fucking white guy.
No, he had the same bullet casings.
Yeah, but the bullet casing was black when he did it.
It was the same exact.
Are we sure?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm positive.
No, because they showed you the little preview at the beginning of the episode for that specific reason.
It wasn't black.
No, it was like
white.
Yeah, and plus he was wearing Punisher's like.
They were all wearing Punisher shit.
So, and Matt beats him up but doesn't want to kill him, and then. Mr. Cass was like, "Why the fuck let me kill him? Why does it matter?"
You know what about that guy? Bah,
the guy that he knocked out on the other side of the room got shot up for no reason.
And even all the guys that Matt knocked
dead
out,
now, yeah,
because somebody threw a grenade in Matt's apartment.
Yeah,
and you're telling me that bitch, his girlfriend, did not stop by Matt's apartment the next day?
Yeah,
and like,
where's Matt's apartment? Fuck happened? Yeah, what the? And not only that, the fact that after that blackout, your man disappeared from the hospital. His apartment got blown up. And the last time you spoke to him, he was like, it was Kingpin. He's a monster. And you went and took a job from him? It's insane.
This is why I told you, bro. She's fucking
that's
stupid.
really, I agree. That's dumb.
She's the dumbest character ever. And she wasn't even like that in the beginning.
She was way smarter in the beginning.
I think they literally, we get surprised by Karen. Because Karen pulls up in person.
After the
I just saw Karen called them.
Yeah, after the whole
so she pulls up and saves Frank and Daredevil after they jumped out of the building and blew up.
Yeah.
But I literally think they sabotaged Matt's girlfriend's character from the music episode all the way to now because that reveal is going to happen later.
They want him to be with Karen probably. Yeah, you might be right.
So fucking
you might be right.
Because they didn't do that to Amber and Invincible. Yeah.
They
didn't do that to her. Because it ultimately leads to him and Adam Eve getting together, right?
Yeah, but Amber they do end amicably. They're like,
exactly.
We don't work.
But it makes sense why they come to that conclusion. Yeah, because she does find out he's invincible.
Correct.
She accepts it, and then she slowly over time realizes, yo,
I can't date a superhero dog. Yeah,
it's like really impossible. Actually, if you really think about it, like
pretty much, yeah,
you're getting fucking borderline killed every week.
Day, yeah,
I got kidnapped by some super bitch that one time. That was enough. That was like,
I mean, dude, if it was me in those shoes and I was a regular dude and I was dating a superhero and I'd be like, it's enough. I don't want this no more, dog. I don't care how good the coochie is.
Right now,
I'm not trying to get kidnapped every week because you got a villain, dude. No,
right now you gotta worry about your bitch cheating on you. Oh, she's gone for 2 weeks. What is she doing? Cheating on me?
Yeah,
but no, bro. He went to Mars, and then he fucked up Mars.
Yeah, no, thank you. So I get it. I get that like type of like people.
But the way they handled this,
yeah, you're right.
Of, like,
you're right.
Slowly breaking
her
apart.
Shitty. Yeah, I get it.
I'm like, you really just made her the most unlikable character towards the very end.
You're right.
For no reason, because she wasn't portrayed like that in the beginning.
No, not at all.
Which sucks. Yeah. I really think that sucks.
I agree.
And then the whole season just falls flat on its face in the bar scene.
Yeah,
it's just like we had such good episodes, even the bank episodes.
But you missed. Frank goes to the Red Hook, kills a bunch of cops, gets tied up, gets beat up, and they're like, "Join us, bro. We're inspired by you." And he's like, "Nigga, what? I don't like none of y'all. Why do you think I came here to kill y'all?
Like, you're losers." Like, you guys are fucking losers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and so
he's like a bunch of fucking clowns. You think you know my pain?
So yeah,
and then he punches him. He's like, that was decent.
That's nothing.
Yeah, he's like, that was all right. That was okay.
So yeah,
I would feel bad about myself if I punched.
Daredevil tries, like you said, he tried to go back to Red Hook.
Mm-hmm. Then it puts you down.
And then Karen is like, "Are you absolutely insane? Like, there's a million cops. It's one of you. What could you possibly do against all these people?
I need my army."
And he just got shot too. He's not even at a full, healthy capacity.
I was like, "Yo, he don't got no super healing, nothing. He's a regular.
He's just a regular dude."
And then Frank too. I was like, "Yo, Frank
got pop perks.
He's about to pop a perk, and then he does. He goes and he pops a perk.
I was like, perks for the pain, bro. He don't give a shit.
That was crazy. And then
he's like, "I'm gonna build an army."
And
then they end up at Josie's. And they open that door, and I was wishing for a defender to show up. Maybe all the defenders. Didn't call any of his fucking friends. He called a cop. Two cops. The bartender.
Where was Spider-Man, man?
Dude, I was like, what are these people gonna do against King? I guess the cops could come back to him and be like, "This is what the 30 cops are doing." Which, great.
Awesome. But you only need one of those.
Right? He got half the... Whatever.
Cherry isn't even a cop anymore.
He's retired, but whatever. But he is a good PI. He does find shit out very well.
I don't trust him, bro.
You don't trust Cherry?
I don't trust
I trust Cherry.
You thought you only trust him because you thought he was somebody else.
Yeah, I did. Fairness. In fairness, I thought he was Detective Mahoney. Like, when I go back and I watched it, I was like, "Oh, he's not the same dude."
That's not the game. I'm racist.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I'm so fucked." I was like, I can't believe I thought these were the same characters. So that's on me. That's my bad. I didn't think they genuinely just would add a different... Because why the fuck did they add another detective when they could have just used Mahoney?
Yeah.
That's the type of shit that
they didn't want to pay him.
It don't make no damn sense when Marvel
does some shit like that. They don't want to pay him. They don't want to pay Jeremy Renner.
What the fuck, Marvel? Like, they didn't want to pay Luke Cage. They didn't want to pay Jessica Jones. Like, damn, bring somebody from the Netflix shit. Like, damn.
Have you got all that? I didn't know there was a Cloak and Dagger show.
They could have brought those kids in. That. Like, what the fuck? Sick. Nothing. They brought no one, bro. But
they showed Hector's niece.
True. She does have powers technically.
But it's too soon for her to even do something.
Like, you're gonna bring a little kid to a war?
Yeah, that's fucked up. Anakin.
I don't know,
it's
man.
like bringing Ahsoka on the first episode we met her.
I feel like, yeah, you're right. I feel like that last episode really landed flat on his face.
You tripped at the finish line.
It's like a giant cliffhanger.
Have you seen that TikTok where somebody is like running a marathon and they're about to be finished?
They're like celebrating too slow, yeah.
And then some guy just
That's literally what happened
to Daredevil.
For sure.
You know the property that passed it?
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
Valid.
Crazy.
Valid.
We talk about
But that's
that's
not fair. That's a movie though.
Hey, but listen, this was just a show, and this could have been a perfect season if it just didn't do what it did at the last episode.
True.
Because this is like, why are we doing a 2-parter season? Like, like one half of the story.
Well, I wouldn't want Kingpin to get arrested and all his plans to go to shit season 1. I would want it to continue, but I agree that if you're gonna continue it,
not this way,
not like that. It should have at least been like, oh, let's bring back all the Netflix cast, give them something. You know what I'm saying?
Because now, if you bring back all that Netflix cast, now it's the start of a new story.
Yeah.
Because now the Defenders are involved.
Exactly.
Now Spider-Man is involved.
Exactly.
Doctor Strange. Who the fuck is
in New York? Yeah. Whoever the fuck was in New York at the time. And they don't mention that, by the way, in Thunderbolts, which is supposed to be like a few months after
this.
Yeah, they don't mention the fact that the mayor of the town that they're in shut everything down a few months ago just because
bigger stories.
And the fact that what gets me mad is that the mayor of New York hates vigilantes, and then Val is like, here's a new team of vigilantes at the end of that movie.
He's not the mayor anymore. But
you think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe. Okay, maybe.
For sure. You kidding me?
But Thunderbolts.
The months in Marvel,
Be
like
crazy.
like shows and movies is really fucking long for some fucking reason.
It'd be nuts. They'd be doing a lot of shit. In
the world will explode, and then the next month they'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be like, well, didn't that building get blown the fuck up? Well, we built it in the last month.
Yeah, remember Tony Stark? He started that construction company that you could just fix it instantly. Like, yeah,
nanotech. Yeah,
everything's nanotech.
Yeah, I mean, we do be forgetting that. Like in the MCU, their tech is like way more advanced than what we have in the real life. So I guess
they be fixing all the
yeah,
buildings back to
where it was.
They
do have alien technology a lot of the times, and they have a bunch of different shit, so they could.
But fucking Thunderbolts, man.
Let's speak about it.
I'm excited about Thunderbolts.
Let's talk about it. What would you give Thunderbolts?
That's like a 9.
I agree.
That's
I gave mine 9.5.
That was a really good movie, especially it being a Marvel movie because it already has the stigma of it being a Marvel movie. Yep. But I didn't expect that movie to take the directions that it took. Mm-hmm. I do have some strong opinions about some characters. Okay. And
we'll get there.
Well, no, I'll just talk about it right now.
Okay. Hit me with him.
Bucky.
What you think about Bucky?
I don't think he's the guy.
Really?
I told you. I don't think he's the leader of that team. They clearly, positioned him to be the leader of that team. And the same with...
I think Yelena's more the leader.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the same with Sam Wilson, leading his Avengers team.
Yeah.
I just think because they have those like titles, like Sam's Captain America and then Bucky's whatever his code name is.
I think they start using the Winter Soldier, which is weird,
because of like their ties to Captain America, who's probably the leader of the regular Avengers.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I just don't think it makes sense. It doesn't. Just because you have so much. Like you were in that shadow for so long doesn't necessarily mean that when that shadow is gone, that you're the next viable person to be in charge of whatever team you're on.
That's fair.
And like I said, you could definitely tell. People on the internet are complaining about this too. That why are we kind of like it's feeling like it's gonna be like a civil war type of whether between it be the new Sam. Avengers and Sam's Avengers. Which I would love if that would be a movie. Actually, I like Civil War, and I would want a Civil War 2, to be honest. But
which, by the way, in the comic book, Civil War 2 is between Iron Man and Captain Marvel.
I see that. I saw that in the animated show.
Yeah. That's Civil War 2 in the comics.
But even then, like I said, I was like, I just can't see a Civil War 2 with those two being the leaders of it. If it's the next Avengers movie and they're arguing and it's like a small like part of if it's like the act A of the movie, fine, perfect, right? But in my head, like I said, I was like the only reason I could foresee a Civil War 2 happening it would be if it's Hulk and Thor on the other sides. Like Hulk not being bitched around like he has been over the years.
Oh my, yeah.
So
that shit made me so mad.
Like an aggravated Hulk, but who can communicate.
Yeah.
There's tons of examples of
me
Hulk
in the middle type shit
in the animated shows where
he talks.
Where he talks, like when he talks to the thing and he's like, "I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you up." And then they start beefing, right?
And then they're homies after.
Yeah. And he's like, "All right, man, thanks." And then that's the only way I could perfectly see a Civil War 2, even if it's not Iron Man and Captain Marvel. But imagine if it was a Thor-led team and a Hulk-led team. I think people would listen to those characters, right? Yeah. That people would listen if Hulk was trying to lead a team, and people would listen if Thor was trying to lead a team, and if
if they mature Thor a little bit. I mean, they should since he has a kid now, but comic committee Thor that they've been doing a lot in the MCU, no. That man cannot lead a team for shit.
Because even in the other animated shows, he's pretty like serious. Too,
he's funny because he's like out of this world type funny. Like, oh, I'm not used to Earth, but
and he doesn't he doesn't have Earth mannerisms.
Exactly, but he's still not an idiot. Like they make him such an idiot in the MCU.
He's a god.
Now.
So he carries himself as one too. That's the thing.
Yeah. So that's in the MCU. I think they dropped that. Like it was the first 2 movies he acted like that, and then they got
took away his powers in one movie, right?
In 3, Ragnarok.
Worthiness away.
In Ragnarok they did. To your point for Bucky, I think the only issue I have with Bucky, like as much as I love that character, it sucks to see him beef with Sam, especially after what they had in their show,
which was common. That was one of the common themes.
Like I love the fact that they not only they argued, but they made up and they were really good friends, and you could tell that by the end of that show. And then in Cap,
they even had a therapy scene, a couple.
Yeah, exactly. And then in Cap,
he comes to
him
console
and Bucky are literally like dog, like. Out of everyone, like you, I look up to you. Like I was like, that's a beautiful scene. To then throw that all away because They want to bitch Sam in every direct. Like, I don't like that.
They made him a butthurt.
Yeah, I don't like that. And then I also don't like the fact that as Steve Rogers' best friend, right? The reason Civil War happened is because Cap believed this team should not be ran by the government. Mm-hmm. And then for you to join a team ran by the fucking government is insane to me as someone who specifically was on Cap's team for that.
Was there, yeah. I mean, you were the literal problem.
You
caused it. You caused the whole domino.
So why would you work? I don't know. That's my two gripes about Bucky in that movie. But besides that, I love Bucky. Like, I love how cool he is. A leader, bro. I love how cool he is. I love seeing him fight. I love that scene. Like, that truck shit. That shit when he took the gun from the dude and then like. Hit that was cool as fuck. Bucky's cool.
He's got the conviction to be the leader.
And then when they all saw him in that car and they all cheered, sick. I love him. Sick. That was sick. That's what I'm saying. He's a sick ass character, bro. But those are my gripes with him.
And I don't think Sam just got that in him to lead his Avengers.
I disagree. Bro. I love Sam. I just think they're bitching currently.
I just don't think he's got it in him.
And as a black man, that's foul, bro. Fuck y'all. Stop doing that. They could
make another black man here.
That's foul, bro.
So I think. Honestly, if I'm being super duper honest, it's also probably actor fatigue, right? Certain actors have more star power than others, right? Let's
for sure.
be super real about that.
Yeah.
They brought back Robert Downey Jr. because they know he's gonna bring back that audience that loved Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, I don't mind him coming back. I don't like him playing him. Who he's playing. Yeah, that's my one.
Which is another thing. We're not spoiling nothing.
Yeah, no.
But like again. There's levels to this shit, right? So when we do ultimately reset everything and keep some people and get rid of some people, I'm not opposed to getting rid of fucking Jeremy Renner. I'm not opposed to getting rid of Sam and Bucky and recasting them. I just think because I could just picture other actors in those roles.
For sure.
Not Hawkeye's role, right? Because I wouldn't want to put somebody in the Hawkeye fucking group. Because I already have another Hawkeye. I know, but I just don't think it's like
Haley Steinfeld, bro.
Oh, true. They don't even need to recast him, right?
They just use the younger one.
But I could see fucking Alan Richardson as fucking Winter Soldier. But I could see him.
I thought you. My bad.
No, the guy from Reacher.
Yeah, it's a big white guy. Yeah. As who?
As Winter Soldier.
Nah.
Yes, he can.
No way.
He could do it. You know why?
No way.
You know why? Because his.
I've never seen him with dark hair, bro.
Can command a room.
I don't know if it would work.
It could command a room, bro.
I agree, but not that character. Or I would love him in anything else. Or make him Hyperion.
Or make him U.S. agent that turns into Venom. You know that one. I know that
Agent
version
Venom.
of him.
Yeah,
Agent.
It's not U.S. It's Agent Venom. It's Flash Thompson, and that would go crazy.
Right?
But then he would have to be an amputee. Flash Thompson loses his legs in the war, and that's why he gets the symbiote.
He could do that.
I you know what? Good casting.
All right.
Fuck the Bucky casting, but as Agent Venom,
no, but I'm just saying.
Eddie would be intimidated. He'd be big as hell.
He would be big as hell. And Venom's already big as hell.
That's what I'm saying. I think that would work.
He's like, you're nothing without your symbiote, and the symbiote goes away, and it's just him. It just.
But he would be if he goes. He would still need it for his legs.
No, but the symbiote can heal you.
No, not that. Not permanent.
I mean, in the Sony one, it heals you.
It heals you if you are hosted to it while injuries are happening. It cannot grow limbs after it's
Are we sure?
1,000,000%.
We could rewrite that shit.
They could, but they haven't.
Change it,
at least in the comic book.
The comic book writers change
that
shit
man
all the
is
time,
still
so you could just change
handicapped.
You could just change.
And the only time he isn't is when he's
just
in the
change
suit.
that shit. People are gonna complain that you change it anyway, so just fucking change it.
Nah, because then all the handicapped people are like, why would you get rid of the one character that we have?
Because we wanted to do the one scene, kind of like when Tony takes off his suit in front of Steve. He's like, I'm still a playboy billionaire. We wanted to recreate that scene, but with Venom. And then what we're gonna do is just gonna fall to the floor and be like, "Yo, I'm still myself." Like that's,
or just go halfway.
Oh, yeah, that's
just leave the lower half on.
It's like, but then it makes the sentiment you're nothing without your symbiote, and then he just half of it.
Yeah,
he's got to come out of it.
What if he just takes off half the symbiote, shoots a dude in the head? He still has guns. Agent Venom uses weapons. He's one of the only Venoms that uses weapons. This is inner
team conflict that I'm describing, and he's like he just shoots Bug in his face. He's
Fuck
like, wow.
Listen, whatever. What a tangent,
bro.
Next character.
Who
are we talking about? It was Bucky. Now we have Yelena.
Yeah, she's the main for sure.
Love her.
If she hugged me, my life problems would go away.
Since Black Widow, bro, I have been obsessed with Florence Pugh. She is so good.
She's on a Margot Robbie level run of like
she's so good,
classics
bro.
that she's been in. Just bow, bow, bow. Midsummer.
Yep.
She was in fucking Oppenheimer.
Yup.
Then she was in that one movie with Andrew Garfield, which was a crazy.
Was it that the musical type one?
I think so. I didn't see that one, but I heard it was really good.
Allegedly. I know she's in a movie with him because they did a lot of press together. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I forget what it's called.
The chemistry on the press tour I heard was better. Fantastic. Is better than the movie. Allegedly,
they were fantastic in that those thingies together. I didn't see the movie, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's great. Oh my God, is she good?
She's on a run.
All
the Marvel shit she's
kills
in.
It, bro. She kills
it. So good.
Yeah, she kills it, bro. Every time.
Why does she love?
And the thing
this
is, like,
genre so
I don't
much?
know, but she loves it. Like, she loves to do her own stunts, and you can tell that she does her own stunts. She does an accent, which is why I love her so much more than Black who played Black Widow.
Johansson.
Yeah, what the? She's supposed to be Russian, and not once
did she put an accent.
Did she put on a Russian accent? Not even like if it was like, oh, she was blending in with the Avengers, that's why. But even in her movie when she's with her family, who grew up all Russian,
and everybody
everyone has a Russian accent, but her.
You could get rid of the accent though.
But dude, there's no way. Like what?
People do that all the time.
Nah, even in the comic book, she's Russian. She speaks with a Russian accent.
How you know she speaks with a Russian accent? Does it say Black Widow dial and then on the bottom?
No, but anytime she's
Russian?
voiced or anything, it's always with a Russian accent.
Okay, yeah, you got that.
That sucks. And the fact that she commits to it, she's not even Russian. She's British, bro. And she commits to this accent, and she's so well with it. Throughout 3 fucking different movies and a TV show.
Andrew Lincoln, too.
That's what I'm saying.
He's British, but he commits to that Southern accent.
Southern, yeah.
So
the whole time I watched Walking Dead, I swore that man was from America until I watched that interview and I was like, huh?
Like, what the fuck? Stop pretending you're British.
I was so confused. But yeah, no, she kills it, bro.
I love when actors do that, though.
She kills it in action.
Even Michael B. Jordan in Sinners.
Yeah,
his accent was really good, too.
In that.
You cannot... if I never knew who Michael B. Jordan was and I saw him act in that movie,
like,
I would
think
he's from the South.
Yeah. I love her, dude. The emotional scene, like she made me cry like 3 different times in that movie.
Which times?
One when she's talking to her dad, talking about like
in the crib, right? Where she's like, "Yo, I'm just doom scrolling on my phone."
Yeah. No, that's during their battle, like when people are getting poofed or whatever the fuck, and she's like, "Dad, like I have like who are we? Like I'm an assassin." And when I'm not an assassin, I'm just at home.
Fucking washed up super soldier.
Yeah. And that scene made me cry. The scene that she has with Bob, like at the end, that like heart to heart, that shit made me cry. Because what I do love about that movie is that it portrays depression and a lot of mental illnesses very well, to the point that it's like a lot of people get really angry about this. And I want to ask your opinion. The way that they defeated the villain, which by the way is Sentry.
By the power of love and friendship.
Yeah, right.
I don't mind.
Everyone is so angry about it, but then I was like, dog, read the comics. Sentry can't lose usually. Yeah. And if he does lose, it's him losing his memory. Mm-hmm. I like the way that they did this is that the Void is part of him. He can never get rid of the Void. I
didn't take that away.
The point of like, it's living with depression. It will never go away. You need to learn to deal with it. You need to learn to be like, you know what I'm saying? Move around it. And he's like, at the end of the movie, you see him like reading a book and like trying to figure out how can he use his powers and be helpful to his friends without bringing all that darkness out of him, right? And I loved it. I was like, yeah, how else would the fucking Thunderbolts beat Sentry, dog? Like, what did you expect?
I didn't expect anything. I didn't know who the character was.
I did.
When I heard the name, I was like, oh, this is the guy Fabrian wanted to bring into Marvel Rivals.
Hell yeah, bro. I love the Sentry.
I was like, oh shit. And then you hadn't watched it yet. I'm like, I didn't know if you knew that's who that was going in.
No, the moment that they hit Bob, I was like, that's Sentry. Because I know his name. And I even told the person I was watching it with, I was like, that's Sentry. She's like, who's that? And I was like, you'll see. And then later on when they gave him the belt and everything, she's like, Sentry. She's like, huh? How did you? I'm like, being autistic and reading comics is kind of, my thing.
I'm like that.
So,
but as soon as they put that part, right, I was like, oh, Fabian's about to go crazy with this.
I loved Sentry, bro.
I didn't expect that.
He was my favorite character from the moment he was introduced. I was like, I love him. He's
even when he was regular.
Regular before, Bob. He's your kind. Like the more he was reading everybody in the room, and he's just a regular dude. He's like, John Walker, you're a dick. Like, you're an asshole, bro. I was like, I like him, bro.
Which is it's true. A common theme that they call him a dick throughout the whole movie.
He is an asshole, but hey, warranted.
But listen, we're gonna skip to the end real quick.
Okay.
Because we were talking about Bob reading a book, right? Isn't it cute how John just knows like what like the grocery list is? Like there's a scene where like they're talking about like cooking, right?
Yeah.
Him and what's her name?
Yelena?
No.
Ghost,
Ava? Right, yeah. And then he's like, "What do you think?"
I love it.
He's like, "What do you think? Like, where do you think the food comes from? Who do you think's doing that?" And it's him.
Yeah, he's the one. Yeah,
this is his. Little,
I love
his
John
family
Walker's.
now.
Yeah, I love John Walker's redemption arc in this movie.
His family.
As much as I didn't like him in the show that he was in, I went back to rewatch it and I was like, I was too harsh. For sure, I was too harsh.
But they don't. But I think that's on purpose. That's like long-term storytelling.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
It's like we want you to hate him because eventually, when we use him again,
yeah. And I think
you're gonna feel bad.
Yeah. I did. I felt not bad per se, but I think I was too harsh.
Yeah, you know what, man? My bad.
Valid. Yeah, I was like, you know what, man? Valid. Like after I rewatched it, and I was like,
if they killed my best friend too,
that's what I'm. Yeah, I would kind of crash out too. I was like, you know what?
I get
Valid.
it. I understand.
But also, he just took the serum, and the serum was enhancing all his emotions anyway. So if you killed my man's best friend while he was already like at 1,000,
basically,
I see it. Yeah, pretty much. I get it. And I was way too hard. Like I would have been. I'm like, I would have killed him too, just probably not in public where everybody could see with the shield that the man gave
cameras.
you. Yeah, you should have done that on the 4K. Low. Yeah,
you could have got him at nighttime. Nobody would have.
That's what I'm saying. He could have been smarter about it. But besides
it's about sending a message. It's about sending a message.
You're right. He didn't want to send the message.
He was like, bro, I literally killed the terrorists. Why are you getting mad at me?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Captain America used to lead the front lines with a gun and the shield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like people were too harsh on him that he killed someone because Cap has been killing people for years.
For years, bro.
He only stopped killing people when he became an Avenger, technically. So
we acting like when he would throw the shield at somebody's head,
they wasn't dying.
They didn't die.
Technically, they didn't die,
bro. They're dead. All know they're brain dead.
Injury, technically,
they
in real life,
didn't move
died.
ever again.
They dead.
He basically killed people without killing people.
So I think
cool
John
that
Walker
cooks.
got redeemed. I think so.
He cooks the foods for them, which is nice. But I think it's a bigger.
I don't like that they didn't give him a new shield.
I think
even
it's funny.
After it was bent.
You know what I think? I think.
And what the fuck was that shield made from that it got bent so easy?
I think Bob's gonna unbend it. When he finally figures out, he's like, I got it, and then he goes, he's like, I'm good. I figured out how to control it.
What is that shield made of that a super soldier can't bend it? But Bob did.
Well, Bob was a literal god.
Yeah, true, but also. It's metal. Why can't he unbend it if he's a super soldier? He rips a door off a handle or something.
I think the Cap's serum was the most pure serum because it probably worked for his body. It doesn't gonna work. It's not gonna work for everybody, right? It's not because again they experimented on Isaiah Bradley and it worked on him.
Correct.
But they didn't want him to be Captain America.
Exactly.
They wanted him to be a guinea pig.
Yes.
And so imagine all the other Captain Americas that it
died.
didn't work on.
Yeah, they died.
And they're all dead, right?
Yeah.
And he just so happened to not die. So I'm like, all right. So now we have to figure out how to
put
that on our white blonde boy.
That's because years later they perfected it again, right? So like years later, at least in the Captain and the Winter Soldier, like all the Flag Smashers are super soldiers because they found the perfected super soldier serum that they hired some other motherfucker. Who was it? The broker? What was the lady?
I have no idea.
Sharon Carter. She was like doing some bullshit to make super soldier serum again, and then the Flag Smashers got it, and then she was pretending to be a good guy till at the end of the show, which I don't know what the fuck they're doing with her now. And that's how all the Flag Smashers get it, and then that's how he gets it basically because once they raid their compound, he's like,
he picks one up from the ground and he puts it in his pocket.
He's like, I'm gonna take it. Like, why wouldn't I
do it
if I'm supposed to be the Cap, right?
Yeah. But a real Cap doesn't take a super soldier serum.
Our Cap hasn't.
I said the real Cap.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He hasn't.
That's why I give him creds, bro.
You have to fight Red Hulk as a regular human
with a
Daredevil.
Vibranium suit.
I mean,
it's basically Black Panther.
He basically is Black Panther.
Yeah,
with that suit, all that purple.
That's
shit
what I'm saying.
On. So John Walker got redeemed.
I think
awesome.
So. I think he did
awesome. Sauce.
Even his asshole scenes, I was like, I like it.
Even
when he was a dick, I was like,
even when it was his turn to be like chewed up.
Yeah.
Like it's the point where Yelena's going off on everybody, and he's like, "Yo, chill, that's your dad." Because part of it, I think he wants someone to say that about him. Like,
to defend him
to
when
his
to
his wife complaining about him or something like that, being like a deadbeat dad too. Like he could relate to that too.
That scene kind of, I was like, "Come on, John." When he was like with his kid, and he was like, just reading all his like stuff that everybody talking shit about him.
It's hard not to take work home with you.
I know, but also that's your kid, bro. Drop the phone.
Okay, but he was in the fucking crib.
True, but he was crying.
All right,
he could have dropped the
phone all the time.
He could have dropped the phone and paid it a little bit of attention.
He was just he was probably still amped from the serum. He's like, yo, if I deal with this kid, I'm gonna fucking bash his brains in with a fucking
by
shield.
accident. But I like what they did to John.
Because that's how people accidentally.
Because even when he was
babies.
like being mean or evil, like when he's like, "Yo, give me your baton, I can get us up there." They're not giving it to him because they don't trust him, and he's like, "Yo, fuck it, bro. Like I'll prove to y'all that I'm gonna do it. Like I'm not gonna actually kill y'all." But he does, because he did that. They all almost die. And that's what I'm saying. Is like he is like trying to do his best. He's just really bad at it.
He I think he operates within the team that like they should trust him. And that he's the leader automatically.
He thinks he's the leader automatically because
he hasn't earned any of it.
And none of them respect him
and none of them want to be the leader either. Though.
Yeah,
the leader either.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Ghost. We talking about Ghost.
I love Ghost.
She was bad.
I love her.
I was like, who is this?
You didn't watch Ant-Man?
No, but I watched a TikTok explaining it.
Oh, I love her. Kind of sad that she murked Taskmaster as bad as she did.
Bro, I was like, why did they kill this person? You know why? I
know why. I know why they killed her.
Not even know why. But I'm saying I was so surprised why she got clipped is because I saw a TikTok of Red Guardian's actor, Ghost actor, and then John Walker's actor doing a press tour before I saw the movie, and they were like, okay, who's your? You can't say yourself, but who's your favorite Thunderbolt?
And they all say Taskmaster.
No, Red Guardian's like, I think Taskmaster. and then John Walker starts dying, and they all start laughing dumb loud.
Yeah, but that's because they knew, and none of us did.
And then I was like, why is that so funny? And then I go to the movie, and she gets demolished.
Yeah,
immediately.
Like she gets like what, 2 minutes of screen time?
Because even in her fights, she doesn't really win. She
was winning until he got mad and like punched her across the room.
Bro, he punched her so hard.
But she didn't fall. I mean, she didn't die from it.
Like
she did get sent like across the room. Yeah.
She didn't leave her feet, but she got dragged her whole feet.
For sure.
And then that's how they unlock Bob.
Yeah, she got knocked into Bob's box.
Hey, look, she did something. She contributed.
She caused
the main climax of the movie.
Did you watch Black Widow the movie?
I did, yeah.
Because she and Yelena like trained together. She is a Black Widow technically. She's the
It's all these fucking Black Widows, man. The girl from Israel, Black Widow, Black Widow's sister, Taskmaster, Black Widow.
So, but I know why they killed her. It's because she isn't Taskmaster in the comic books. His name, Anthony Masters. He is kind of like comedic. He's very funny, but he's also extremely strong. Like he does not lose to people if you don't like. The only people he like loses fights to are mentally insane people because he can't read those movements. So Deadpool, Moon Knight.
Yeah, the only reason why I knew about Deadpool, him not being able to fight Deadpool, is because in Drake Bell's Spider-Man. Again, we're bringing shit back.
He's in that. I love that show.
He calls Deadpool because Taskmaster's there, and then he starts like, oh no. Is that who I think it is? And it's fucking Deadpool. Yeah. And he's like, I'm done. Fuck
I don't want to deal with this. That's what I'm saying. I love Taskmaster, and I it sucks that they did her like that because I wanted to see more of her in the movie. Like, give her more scenes before you. Like, I knew for a fact they were gonna kill her off because she was only in that scene in all the trailers. She was only ever in that fucking bunker, and then later down the line they added her to the elevator scene of them going up the tower, but then she wasn't in the room with them in the other trailers, and I was like, y'all doing some bullshit, bro.
My favorite Taskmaster comic panel, which I saw on Twitter, put your hand in a fist for me and put it out. So he's like, I could read your thing, right? And it was a girl version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then, or whatever,
X-23.
Yeah. And then she puts like, her claws out, and he's like, ah! That's my favorite comic.
Because he's just a dude with like crazy memory. And I also don't like that in the Black Widow movie, they made her. The way she copies things is that she has a chip in her head, and that chip downloads people's moves, and that's why she's so good. That's crazy. When in the comic books, it's just his superpower.
That's like the androids in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
right?
kind of. He's just it's just his brain. Like he has photographed many times 1,000,000, and so he could just look at something and be like, "Got it."
He's like, I know what to do now.
Exactly. And he literally like yells out. He's like, "Shield of America!" Like when he throws shit, and in the car he'll be like, "A bow of Hawkeye!" And shit. He'd say shit out loud like a maniac. So yeah, I don't like that they murked him, but I think it's because they want to bring him into the show. I think
Which makes sense.
They're gonna introduce a character named Anthony Masters and make him the new Taskmaster, and I guess he's gonna be inspired by whatever assassin she was.
No, I think they just again like all after the Avengers, after Fantastic Four, and after the Avengers, they're gonna reboot people, and it's just gonna make sense.
And then Ghost, I liked her. I like what they did with her character. I like that she was like bickering with Yelena most of the movie. They became like sisters basically. Love their relationship. Love her powers.
Like, I got beat up, but you got beat up worse.
I love that her powers are like, I think they nerfed them low key because in Ant-Man she seemed kind of unstoppable. And this is she's like, I only have a minute.
Unstable. I think it was more unstable because I think isn't that the point of
the
villain
part one
in
is
Ant-Man where
she is unstable,
where he's trying to like save her life or some shit like that.
She's trying to kidnap whatever Hank Pym to get into the to fix herself. But in that movie, it seems like she didn't have a limit. Besides the fact that she would, if she was out of her containment field for too long, she'd like unstabilize and like explode or some shit.
And then the suit is her containment field now, right?
Correct.
Because in the movie, somebody's like, "Yo, your suit is mad uncomfortable on my body," because they're trying to climb up the elevator shaft, right? And she's like,
"Well, no, because
it's keeping me in place."
Hope Van Dyne saves her from that bullshit. Like the Ant-Man's Hank Pym's wife, who comes back from the quantum realm, knows how to use quantum energy and like heals her. So that's why I was like, why does she have a limit now?
I thought the suit was like her.
No. In the first one, it was like the white suit that she wore in the first Ant-Man. It was, but it was only for a period of time.
Like an arc.
And then she would have to go into like a whole like bolt thing, close the door, and like hit herself with rays and shit.
That's crazy.
I like to see her. I love the fight scene where she like phases through a knife, catches it, and like I was like, this is so cool, bro. I want to see more fight scenes with her. Like
again, I told you they saved the good fight choreography for the better movies.
Yeah, they definitely did.
You was in denial.
No, I wasn't. I was like, they had to have it after I saw
Falcon,
Brave New World. Yeah, I was like, what is this fight choreography, bro?
If they're gonna rename Thunderbolts to New Avengers, they gotta rename Captain America Brave New World to Falcon.
I don't like that they changed the name. I like the name Thunderbolts. And by the way, in the comic books, the reason they're called that is because they're made originally by Norman Osborn, and it's his Thunderbolt team, and then later on the line, Red Hulk takes leadership, and then he names it after himself as Thunderbolt Ross, and that's why they're called the Thunderbolts. But in the movie, it's like a soccer team, which is cute. Which
was nice.
Yeah, and I love that Red Guardian yells it all the time. It's so sick.
We're the Thunderbolts!
Yeah, I love that. Red Guardian, oh my god. Chewed up, I love him. He chews up every scene he's in. He's so funny.
I don't know
give this man more scenes.
Where did they get him from?
Black Widow. He's in that movie.
No, I'm saying, but like from like I don't know him outside of any other roles except as Red Guardian.
David Harbour?
Yeah, I don't.
He's Hellboy. He's in Stranger Things.
I know him from Stranger Things.
Yeah, he's a cop in Stranger Things. He's Hellboy.
But I didn't know he was Hellboy.
He's done a bunch of shit. He's been in the MCU before as a random congressman.
That's
that gets murked, like in the first Avengers or some shit. But yeah, he's a really good actor because also he's American.
He put his
and he's so good at that, like
whole dick and pussy into that shit,
into that like Russian accent thing. He's so good at it.
Elena, it's your dad.
I love it. He's so funny.
And then she's like, "Fuck,"
so good.
He's trying to like distance himself. He's like, "It's your dad. Don't go in the bunker. It's a trap."
He's so late too. Like they're already out.
Bro, he's acting like he didn't have to drive all the way over there while they flew, and they're already there.
Yup.
That was the best part, man. Like his character was such a pleasant. Like
he's
balance.
the comic relief.
Exactly. And sometimes the comic relief just doesn't work in movies like that, especially because the tones and the themes that were hitting with Yelena's character. But the fact that like they were able to hit that with such a precise balance.
I agree. Yeah,
it was pretty.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's like no characters in that. I'm lying. There's a character in that movie that I'm like, what the fuck are we doing with this character?
Was it the assistant?
Yeah. How did you know? How did you know? I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
I know what you like and you don't like, bro. It was so random having that girl there.
Yeah.
It didn't lead to anything.
Exactly. I was like, what are we doing?
I for sure thought Valentina was gonna kill her.
I thought for sure when she found out she was like giving Bucky info, she would have murdered her.
I thought she was for sure gonna die on screen.
But no. Well, I thought like Sentry was gonna murk her and like show how evil or powerful he was, or like no. But they just in the comic books, her first
she just gets a raise.
She does get a raise, but she comes back.
No, she gets a raise. Like she's like, you're gonna pay me more money, and she's like, done.
Does she?
Because she kills Sentry, and that's how he becomes the Void.
Yes. Yeah, the kill switch.
And then she's like, I'm getting a raise.
That is so true. Yeah.
She didn't say you're giving me a raise. She's like, I'm getting a raise. This is not an option.
I don't know what they did with that character. It's like a millennial assistant who has a crush on Bucky. So then that's how he like gets in. But then she actually has a change of heart.
You're a pred.
Technically, yeah. He's like 100.
Any girl you mack on, whether it be 50 or 15
she's
or
like
25.
She's like 20-something. Yeah.
You're a pred because you're 100 and something.
Yeah. Kind of. I mean, but you should also say it about Steve.
You fucking
say it about Steve.
Sicko.
Steve is a sicko too, though.
You're a sicko too, Steve. You calling Cap Steve just reminds me of this guy at my job. His name is Steve Rogers. Like that's his actual name. Yeah, but he's like, I think something might have happened to him where he's like, I don't know if he was born disabled or he's disabled.
Yeah.
But like he has some like speech thing that he can't say, and his face is like, you could tell something like happened like that prompted that, right? But he'll come in and he'll be like, scan, and like he'll scan his barcode, and then he'll say words like he'll say like actual words, but then sometimes he'll like say sound effects. So whenever I hear the name Steve Rogers, I just think of that guy.
Damn.
Because he's like, can I use a massage table? Like it's taken so many months for me to understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go on this first one right here, and I'll push the button, and then he'll come back and like, and I know that whatever that is, whatever he just said, he's like, can I use it again? And I push the button again. But it was so like, it took me like a long time to understand what he was like saying for most things, like most noises. And I was like, whenever I hear the name Steve Rogers.
You became his Rocket.
His Rocket? What did Rocket do?
The I am Groot. The only person that understands him is Rocket.
I'm Rocket. No, my assistant general manager was Rocket because he understood immediately. He knew. He knew what he was saying. He's like, he came in like his first day on signing up. He's like, and then he's like, you want to sign up for a gym membership? He's like, yeah. And then they did the paperwork together, and I was like, wow. Damn. Like, how did you know what he was saying? But I don't know how he just knew it instantly, and then it took me months to figure out what he was trying to say. I'm like, okay, you want to do that or that or that? But whenever
I would just use my finger.
I hear the name Steve Rogers, I don't think of Captain America. I think of that guy. I call him Captain America all the time. I'm like, yo, what up, Cap?
Does he like it? Hey, he likes it.
Like,
that's cute.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Steve Rogers is chill. Shit. Even in Marvel too, he's pretty cool. Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I call him Cap all the time. Like, what up, Cap?
But yeah, I don't like that character, bro. In the comic books, there's a character with that first name that becomes Songbird, but I don't. If they do that with her, hopefully they write her better because she did.
Isn't Songbird the Israeli girl?
No.
That's Sabra.
Sabra. She's named after the hummus. She's not. She came out first, but still, they're both named the same because they're both Israeli. But whatever.
So yeah, I can see the what was the point?
She felt useless. Yeah, she like everything she was doing.
I think she was
like what
supposed to be there for a little bit of comic relief on Valentina's side, but it just didn't.
But Valentina's like snarky. I like Val.
Yeah, she didn't need that.
Yeah, I feel like Val was snarky enough.
She was
that like
sassy, bossy, bitch.
Yeah, she was.
She hit every single emotion you could want.
I like Val as like the new like evil Nick Fury basically.
But why do you gotta be a woman?
I don't know. She's a woman in the comic books.
Why we gotta make women bad guys?
She's a fucking woman.
Why can't we make a man a bad guy?
They made plenty of men bad guys, bro.
I don't know.
Sentry was the bad guy for most of the film.
No, Sentry was misunderstood.
He was, yeah.
He was forced.
Okay. Shout out to my man Bob.
He was groomed to be the Sentry.
Yeah, I felt bad. And that scene with him, with his mother getting abused, and then he tried to help it. She's like, "This is what happens every time." I was like, "Oh, this poor guy, bro." I felt so bad for Bob, bro. Shout out Bob. He's my favorite.
His memories.
Genuinely, my new favorite Avenger is Bob. Fuck every other Avenger. It's Deadpool and Bob forever.
Deadpool's not an Avenger though.
I know he didn't get in.
Not yet.
He could be on the Avengers.
That's so funny. He should be on the new Avengers.
Yeah, I think so. I think they should put him in this team.
It's like, hey guys, you guys need a guy?
Technically, even Yelena's like, what the fuck do we all do at one point? Do we all just fucking jump and shoot or whatever? Like shoot and duck or whatever? They're like, yeah, that's
what we do.
All of us, yeah, we're pretty much, yeah. Except Ghost, who has actual powers. They all
for a minute,
yeah.
Maybe she'll train and then get.
I hope so. I hope so. During Doomsday, she doesn't have that limitation, like that minute limitation, like. Because technically, she's like, that's a dope ass power.
That is a power. It's pretty cool. You can just teleport wherever you want,
exactly,
whenever you want.
Sentry, love him,
bro. He's a piece of shit as Void because
I mean, that's
Red Guardian saves this little girl. And then she gets poofed. He could have poofed
waited.
him.
No, he waited.
He could have poofed him too.
Yeah, he waited.
At that moment, he's like.
He also could have poofed her a while ago.
He was like,
everybody else was poofed.
Live with that.
He did it on purpose.
Bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you could have poofed Red Guardian too.
The Void is an asshole. Because even when Bob was fighting, I also love that imagery. That when Bob is fighting the Void, it's consuming him, and it's like,
yeah, because when he's punching him,
it's going up to him, and it's like you, and the whole point is like, yeah, can you fight your inner demons and your mental illness alone? For sure, but it can consume you. It can consume you. Like you trying to fix it by yourself and doing things by yourself, yeah, but it can only go so far, right? Like it works at first, and then it starts consuming him, and then it's like, oh, he needs us, like he needs the Thunderbolts to like get through whatever trauma that he's going through. And I was like, I love this, bro. I love this like this little group of people, bro. I fuck with him heavy.
It's funny that Bucky, when he's fighting Sentry at first, he tries to do that move with the knife thing, and it doesn't work at all.
Nah,
it doesn't work, and you would think like it's common sense, like that's the only way to beat Sentry in that way, where like you have to like appeal to him or his emotions.
Oh yeah,
like because you can't physically kill him.
Not any of them. No, hell no.
Even with the kill switch, you gave him,
you blew his brain
powers,
out, and then he was like, I'm good. Like a minute later,
he's like, you know what? Everybody's gonna die.
Pretty much. So
the women, the children.
Yeah, he was murking everybody.
And then
but then he brought everybody back.
True. After Yelena sacrificed herself, she went into the void to whatever to get poofed.
I want them to be together. I like them together.
Oh, you like them as a couple?
I do actually really like them together.
Oh,
like
no, it's
50-50.
as siblings, or they're dating.
No, dating. I want him to date because like his depression. He's like the moment he gets like sent away or whatever after like that bombing shooting bullshit, he wakes up and he's like, where's Yelena? Like I'm like, oh, that's so cute, bro. Like what?
Well, because she was fake nice to him.
No, she was real nice to him. She genuinely was like, even when they were fighting, even though he was like, I want to help, she's like, no, like I got
You're a regular dude. Dog. Relax.
So I love their relationship, and I hope that they do end up like, cause like whatever they did with Natasha's love story, she's in the comic book. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Well, they're gonna do it right this time with Yelena and Sentry.
I hope so. That's what I'm saying. If they're gonna do it again, I hope that because I believe their chemistry more than I believed anything that Natasha and Hulk had.
Oh,
the whole time.
I like that pairing.
No, because it was just just popped up in Ultron, and it was like, big guy.
He's like, yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm chilling, yo.
I'm chilling.
I'm like, where did this relationship come from? And then all of a sudden, like,
it was one of the post-credit scenes they deleted.
And then they were like, in that cabin, I can't be with you. I'm a monster. I can't have children. He's like, oh, you're a monster? Imagine me. I'm the monster. I was like, what is this? What is this relationship?
You know what's so funny about that, right? That parallel?
Yeah.
The Avengers, Steve Rogers,
Natasha,
Tony,
Thor,
Banner, Thor.
Yep. Who else?
Hawkeye?
Did we say
Hawkeye? Yeah, they were work colleagues.
Yeah, they weren't really friends.
Yelena and crew,
they're homies. Yeah, they're homies.
They're starting the team as family.
I agree.
And that's the major difference.
Because I even like that one scene where they're pulling up to the station and he's like, I got this gun. What do you got? And she's like, I got these knives and these little shooters. And he's like, you guys like my helmet? And they're like, if you like it, we like it. I like it. I love those scenes with them. I'm like, I like the fact that they have banter. Like, they're genuine.
If you think you look
they're
cool,
really homies.
You're cool.
And then by the end of the film, he doesn't. He's wearing a beret. He took the helmet off.
Yeah, he did.
So I like their banter. I genuinely think they're more of a close knit family than the original Avengers. Yeah, I agree.
Because even at their peak, I don't think it's
even at the like Avengers 2 when they're having drinks together, shit. Their relationship doesn't hold a candle to what the fuck Thunderbolts have.
Those are again the little work friends. Now it's the Christmas party and you're hanging out. That's the Avengers 2 scene.
For sure. I agree.
Because even what's his name? Warhammer? Not Warhammer. War Machine?
Yeah.
Because even when they put him in the movies and he's in scenes like that with them, man, like you're just on Tony's side.
Yeah, why are you here? What?
Yeah, like you're not even an official
Avenger. I mean, he did work for the government.
I know, but I'm saying, and even then, I'm like, you're just here to piggyback off Tony.
Yeah, to spy on him to the government, basically.
You're literally just agreeing with what Tony's saying, and Tony's literally telling us what the government wants.
Yep.
So there's no trust between that team. And that's why we got.
That's
why we got Civil War.
Yeah, especially after Civil War, it was.
And even in Infinity War and Endgame, when they were trying to jump back from Thanos, and even they couldn't get on the same page about that either.
Yeah.
And then that's why there's no Avengers up to this point.
There is no Avengers.
And so we don't even know about Sam's Avengers if they're even on the same level of camaraderie.
Yeah, I don't know who would be in his team. To be real with you, Thor maybe, Hulk and his son maybe.
No. I don't think they would even come back.
Black Panther for sure, because he still has
Black Panther.
Yeah, or T'Challa's son, because he works with the Wakandans a lot. They're homies.
I mean, yeah, word. He got them on speed dial,
right?
The bald girl from Wakanda.
You think she'd be on the Avengers?
Who was on Michonne?
Okoye?
Yeah. Maybe there's gotta be
like I'm trying to think of like who would be on his Thor maybe if he comes back.
We don't know.
Out of retirement, or maybe Thor's kid.
Maybe the big four when they come in.
Oh, talk about the post-credit scene though. You want to know what was crazy? What? I blew the girl's mind who I was with. She was like, I saw the credits rolling and it said like Fantastic Four theme. So I was like, the post-credit scene is gonna have Fantastic Four in it. She's like, how do you know? I was like, I saw the I was reading the credits and it said Fantastic Four's theme song, like the Fantastic. I was like, it's on the credits. Yeah. And then right after they had that whole thing, the spacing, I was like, they're gonna pull them up. And then they showed up the thing and it was like, din, din, din. I was like, I knew it, bro. I was like, you can't fool me, bro.
That just spoils Fantastic Four though.
It did. I said the same thing. I was like, so now I know that their planet does actually blow up and they escape on a rocket.
And then they get our world. Then they get here, right? And then they're like,
Doomsday's happening.
It's the fucking guy.
Yeah, Doomsday's happening.
The guy that they just literally kicked our ass. He's right there, just in the middle of the Japanese Ocean.
I don't know, man.
Is that?
That is not Galactus. No, that is a Celestial.
I know, but they don't know that. They're like, what the fuck is he doing over there?
I feel like Reed's smart ass would know.
Bro, they would see it coming from orbit though. They're like, what?
You're
they killed it? How?
Ours exploded our shit.
We gotta go back. Yo, they come back like, how'd you kill that thing? I'm like,
it's always been there. An Eternal froze it.
It's always been there. I don't know. What do you mean?
An Eternal froze it.
I know, but
they never bring them up again either.
That's what I'm saying. Up to before the Eternals movie came out, that was never there, right? Eternals, they released the Eternals movie, and then now
it's always been
there, but no one really knows why, because they don't bring up the Eternals
ever. They're like, this motherfucker just showed up in the middle of the sea out of nowhere. What the fuck? And then they started mining in it and found them adamantium's in him, which is cool.
It is cool.
So,
would you say you get that movie a 9? I'll give it a 9.
Thunderbolts? Yeah, I give it a 9. I like Thunderbolts. I genuinely, like, if I had to complain about anything, the only complaint I have is, like, I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that one character. Besides that...
Oh, the other girl.
Besides that, I like the story. I love the characters. I like where it went. I like the fact that... I like the themes. I don't care, like, as much as you want to sit there and be like, they beat Superman with a hug. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, how else
Sometimes you just need a hug.
Yeah. It's obvious that man wasn't actually
evil. A hug isn't going to fix your life, but it'll make your day better.
Bob wasn't evil. He was damaged.
And they experimented
fixed
on
it.
him.
Yeah, they fixed it. He was a, like he said, he was a dropout of high school person who had severe depression, anxiety, bipolar. She named so many mental illnesses. I was like, damn, bro.
Damn, you chose
I feel bad. Yeah.
Well, again, because
he was just a test subject. Yeah,
it's the same parallel
Bradley.
as
he wasn't supposed to. They were supposed to kill
that shit
all
wasn't
the
supposed to work.
Yeah, they were supposed to kill all the test subjects until they made the serum perfect.
And then they would kill the person they made, and then do it on the actual people.
So yeah, he wasn't the villain as much as
they want to make
him
out to be. Yeah, that was one of the better Marvel movies I've seen in my
agree.
lifetime.
I think we are moving in a direction that I like, right? Because I loved Wolverine and Deadpool, and that's technically an MCU film. I love this one. Brave New World was okay.
But you know what? You know what it's letting me to believe that.
Oh, he has that one guy, the other Falcon, on his Avengers team, right?
Yeah. I said that.
I didn't. I don't know.
I mean, because he's not memorable at all.
Yeah. It's the suit. It's too ugly. It's too dookie brown and green.
They gotta give
him
a
I get
white
that's
suit.
his. I know that's his comic book colors, but bro, switch it.
Change it.
Please.
Make that shit purple.
Right? Like it does not look good.
Because Cap already got the purple gear, so you might as well just give him
the green and brown. I get it, but no.
It doesn't test well on the screens.
Yeah. I mean, Thunderbolts, they all wear black. Besides Red Guardian, who's mostly red. All of them were wearing black.
But they look
suits.
cool.
They do look cool, but that is very uninspired.
We're giving them a little brownie points.
Give Yelena back her white suit. She's called the White Widow in the comics for a reason.
I heard that complaint too.
Give her back her white suit, bro.
I don't really care.
I want a white suit. Why are they always putting her in black?
Because black is cool.
It is cool. It is, and Ghost too. They just gave her a white helmet.
You can't see them at night.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
When you're doing,
she's cool.
When you're doing secret missions.
The White Widow. It's cool.
Well, in Young Justice, they wear their regular colors, but then when it's a night mission, they go and it turns black.
Like the black one or the,
so
the Arctic one. They should
do that. You know,
they have nanotech. Technically, fuck it.
You could do it. Fuck it. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, 9 out of 10. I would recommend everybody go watch it.
Please go watch, yeah.
Because it's
so that Marvel knows that this is the type of film we're trying to see, right? Let's keep this type of quality.
We like your superhero teams, right?
Yeah.
But we like it when they're
good.
They're kind of friends.
By the way, the guy who directed Thunderbolts recently
Got another project?
Yes. And you know what project that is?
X-Men.
Yes. Yes, he is the director for the MCU X-Men. Another ensemble
family
film.
Powered.
Yeah, I want to see what he can do with those characters. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
It's the same thing.
It's just as good. I want to see a new cast of X-Men.
The world was not ready.
I want to see Cyclops again. X-Men. I want to see Wolverine.
The world did not appreciate the original X-Men.
Nah. Kinda, they liked it.
Some people liked it.
Enough to keep getting films.
No, enough. Yeah, true, because it's making money. But nobody wanted.
Yeah, there was no end game. Yeah, there was no end game for those X-Men films.
That should just stop.
Just because everyone just got tired of them. But it did make enough to keep making movies. So
I appreciate those actors.
I want to
appreciate those
after
actors.
This whole Doomsday shit, like you said, and they reset the timeline.
They reset it.
I know they
hard
are.
Reset.
And I think that because they're bringing all the X-Men Fox people into Doomsday,
because they're gonna die too.
Yeah, I think not die, but I think they're gonna get like reset, and then whatever after that, this guy's then gonna direct an X-Men Thunderbolts movie. The Thunderbolt director's gonna direct an X-Men movie with a whole new cast, and it's gonna be set around whatever is the events after the MCU that is now has mutants.
It's just gonna start from a fresh slate.
You think so?
It's not gonna be anything that we kind of pick up on and answer. It's just gonna. I think it's just gonna be like a normal day, and shit's gonna happen.
We'll see. Things
are just gonna happen. There's no story to pick up on. It's just gonna be whatever comes next is a new story. And whether it set the precedents for an X-Men movie, whether it lays the foundations for a bunch of other projects. I don't mind if that's how that movie ends and how it caps off this era of Marvel cinematic.
I want them to recast Victor Von Doom, please. If y'all kill off this man's Doom and you recast,
he'll probably just be recasted too.
Get him out of Doom. He does not deserve to be playing Victor Von Doom. I'm sorry. I will die on this hill. You gotta trust the process. I will die on this hill, bro.
Yeah, give it a chance.
And I know I'm gonna hate it more when I see it, bro. I know I'm gonna hate because he's just gonna act like an evil Iron Man, and it's gonna piss me off. Because Iron Man,
we could have just had Supreme Iron Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Superior Iron Man, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Superior Iron Man.
But like, it's gonna piss me off because there's such different characters, and the fact that they're just gonna make him evil Iron Man and call him Victor Von Doom. I'm gonna be like, dog, that is not fucking Victor Von Doom. Recast him. But yeah.
Well, that was this episode of Idle Talk. It was just a Marvel.
Glad you heard me rant about Marvel for a few minutes. Marvel Rivals, add Sentry, please. Make him a Vanguard. Let me play a flying
Vanguard.
Yes, like you know how there's characters that just fly, like Torch, Storm. Just make him fly the whole time.
Didn't fuck with that opinion.
No. I don't give a fuck.
They're like, why would we have a flying tank? He's supposed to be in the front. They literally.
Oh, what? He'd be so much, dude. The fact that Thor already can fly like a little bit. Yeah. Imagine if you were Sentry, we don't have just
off tanks.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could be a Hulk, do your thing on the ground. Let me fly and kill all these motherfuckers up here. Like, you know how angry you are as a tank, and you're like, can someone please get this bitch out of the sky? And no one is shooting at him.
And now you go up to him with 900 health.
That's what I'm saying. Just and just start beating on him. Nah, I need Sentry in the game, please. Or bring Daredevil so I could have like cool interactions between him and Punisher, because that's cool.
It's like, hey, Red.
Yeah,
it'd be cool if they get some John Bernthal.
Give him the John Bernthal skin. I don't know why they haven't.
I need it.
I don't know why they haven't.
You're lucky my aim's not that good that I could main Punisher, but
I'd be cooking with Punisher.
I like putting the turn out and just doing mad damage.
See, I don't use the turn and I get mad. I'm like, I should have been using it. Because there's times where I'm like, I could have been doing mass splash damage while I'm only hitting one person, but I don't do it. So yeah, add my boy Bob into the motherfucking game, please. Or Deadpool. Those are the two characters that I want in that game so bad.
I wonder when we're gonna get him.
Who? Sentry? Oh no, for a long time.
You think we're getting a Yelena skin or a Yelena character?
Not skin. No way. For sure. No way they'll add another Black Widow just to. What would her? 2 little guns and a glap? Like, what would they give her?
A team up with Sentry where she hugs him.
You know what I'm saying? His O could be the void thing. It would be like Wanda's.
That would be sick.
It'd be like Wanda's, but instead of all that time, it'd be like.
That's crazy.
He like flattens everybody down, and then you can hit him or something.
That would be insane,
right?
Yo, we're cooking up,
dog. Like, come on! And the fact that y'all didn't like that idea, Sentry is such a dope character, bro. The fact that y'all don't want him is crazy. His O could be the void, bro.
Before we wrap up, there was one thing I saw about Thanos coming to the game. And they were like,
he's too strong.
And they were like, his ult should be he snaps, but
that would be cool.
But when he snaps, it takes out 6 random people, like so even on your team too.
As cool as that would be, that
would piss me off if I died.
Imagine being on a comp and you're like, and it snaps most of your teammates. You're like, well, I lost.
But
like
imagine,
you went to go use your ult and it killed half your team and not anyone, like because it's random. It killed most of your team and like one on their team.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, shit. I lost the team fight now because I just killed half my team.
Like, you guys ready? And then your team's dead. It's all your team.
It's just you standing there like, well, shit. Like, which is cool, but in combat it wouldn't work.
I feel like if they, because let me bring up the Fortnite Thanos event.
Yeah.
Because he was extremely overpowered and he like had the craziest powers. I feel like if it does snap all 5 of your teammates and 1 person on the team, you just get insane overhealth and like for a limited amount of time.
For each person that on your team that gets murdered, you get health. That'd be, what? Cooking.
I think it's like a lottery. If you kill all 5 of your teammates, you're extremely overpowered for a few 10 seconds.
Minutes or like minutes. Damn, seconds. Yeah, my bad.
I think the same amount of seconds it takes to respawn. Maybe like 12 because they give them 1 to 2 seconds to run out.
Yeah.
But like you get insanely overhealth.
How long is Luna's bullshit ult?
It's 10 seconds, I think.
Longer than that.
Or like 12. One of those.
However long she sits there and dances. Yeah. Longer than that. Because God forbid she pops that and then you're sitting there for like your 12 seconds and you're like, well, I can't
some
do
ults
nothing.
can kill Luna in her ult.
Yes.
So I think his should just be in that list. Like if you want to waste your ult, go ahead.
But it's random. So how it's not guaranteed to get her, right?
No. I'm saying if in this scenario you've killed your 5 teammates and now you're overpowered. Correct. And then in your scenario you're like, oh, so what if Luna pops her ult after that, right? Yeah. But I'm saying if his ult just kills Luna anyway, it doesn't matter. Like you're just wasting an ult at that point.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the balance, right? Like
I mean,
it's gonna be rare that you kill all 5 of your teammates. That's not gonna happen, right?
Why not? It sounds fun.
I know, but I think it should be something that's like when you scratch an itch that is so perfect. You just scratch the itch. Like
when
the right
it works,
way.
it works.
Yeah,
like
you're like,
so well.
Oh my god!
You're like yes, the chance I rolled in my favor.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Because if you kill most of the other team, it's like if you kill the whole team, you're like team fight. That's it. You don't get nothing bonus. There's nothing else you need to do, right? Yeah. So I think if by chance if you kill,
I'm telling you, we're cooking, bro. Put me on a fucking dev team.
If you kill your whole team, you're locked in for 15 seconds.
Put me on a dev team, dog. Put Gambit in that bitch. Put Nightcrawler in that bitch.
Everybody.
I need some people. I need more characters.
Put the guy that Thanos bullies on his birthday.
No, don't put him.
No. I feel like you should. You know how we have maps.
I feel like that should be an emote.
You know how
for Thanos, it's like the kid pops up and he like fucking like flicks his cupcake or something for his birthday. That's an emote, right?
I want you to have him as a side character, like how there's fucking in
like in certain
Tokyo,
stages. Yeah.
In Tokyo, there's that Spider Girl.
Yeah, Spider Zero.
Yeah. I feel like
and Blade was in one of them at one point.
Yeah, he should just be in the background, just like.
Anytime you walk up there, interact with him, you could be fuck his whole cupcake up,
or just like smash the cake and then breaks the table. All right, guys, this was Idle Talk, Marvel Talk. We will see you guys on the next one.
Peace.